Our next question, Master, comes from Ms. Hira Jamtani. She is a policy analyst and a writer on sustainable development and environmental issues. She is also a consultant for the Special Assistant to the Indonesian Minister of Environment.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ms. Hira Jamtani.
What is the farmer's role, especially small farmers in poor countries, in this entire spiritual and ecology movement concerning the vegan society? Can we help them so that their life will be more prosperous through this movement? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your time and your concern. Good day to you. Yes, the small farmers have an important role to play. You're right to be concerned and want to help them, especially during this urgent time and in the future. They have a role in the veg trend to feed the world with nutritious and sustainable plant-based food. And wherever possible, all farmers should become organic vegan farmers to help restore the planet to healthy balance, while improving people's health and helping to stop the suffering of both humans and animals. I pray this will be multifold, noble role of all the farmers of the world. The climate scientists are advising us that we must cut our meat consumption if we want to save the planet. Because the animals' farms are too inefficient, too costly, depleting natural resources, polluting the environment, creating huge medical costs, water shortage, world hunger, and conflicts. In contrast to animal raising, growing organic vegetables, fruits and legumes yield more and better nutrition, is harmonious for humans, animals, and the environment, and is more profitable. Organically farmed soy is also healthy and even absorbs a lot of the greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. In fact, if tillable land was globally used for organic farming, it would absorb 40% of all greenhouse gases, at least. Can you imagine? 40% will be absorbed by organic farming method. Then we have another 50% that will be cut off by abolishing animal industry. Then our planet will be healthy. Very simple, logical, scientific, and quick. Contrary to some beliefs, organic farming is quite profitable, and especially for small farmers. We have examples everywhere, and we have shown some of these examples on Supreme Master Television, where the farmers just sprinkle the seeds on the land, that's it. No water needed, no fertilizer needed, not much work to do even. You just sit there and wait for the rain to come, or even not rain much. Then they will harvest, and harvest in abundance. Now, we have also multiple studies in the United States, India, and New Zealand. They all have confirmed this, that some of the reasons for the greater profit are that the production costs are lower than conventional farming. There are more crop varieties that could be rotated, such as corn, soybean, and alfalfa. Also, the organic system is naturally more resistant to drought than conventional farm system. In the United States, crop yields were at least the same and even up to 3 times higher than normal after the switch to organic vegetable farming. Can you imagine? We harvest 3 times more in the same piece of land if we do organic farming. At the same time, the environment is more protected. The produce is healthier and tastier. The good news is more and more people are realizing the many benefits of organic vegan products, making it a trend in many countries and many cities, including Indonesia. Besides, we are facing a food shortage with high food prices. Small farmers can help us develop our economies in a better direction that is no longer dominated and hampered by the meat industry. The United Nations announced that as of 2009, the world is now seeing the highest number of hungry people in 4 decades. To be exact, there are 1.02 billion people with not enough food in the world. Hungry, 1.02 billion people hungry in the world right now. That is 1 in every 6 person, including children, elderly, women. While we are sitting here in safety and comfort and have sufficient food for ourselves and our family, our neighboring people, our world co-citizens, more than 1 billion of them are living in poverty, in hunger, in thirst, no sufficient water, no clean water, no food to eat. Children are dying every few seconds. Statistically, every 5 seconds, 1 child died of hunger. I'm sorry to inform you all this bad news, but I guess some of you already know, and the truth has to be told. Organic vegan farming is also part of the solution to solve hunger. Small farmers have a spiritual role in veganism as well. The vegan diet itself is a spiritual movement because it is the single most effective way to expand our human compassion and noble quality and loving quality. It can reverse the cycle of violence and bad karmic retribution. As we sow, so shall we reap. And it places us within a circle of love, protection, and mercy from any negative happenings in the physical realm. So the vegan organic farmers support countless others to have this great merit by providing them with food that has minimal or is free of violence. And through that, he surely gains many spiritual merit himself. In many cases, organic farming is not different at all from conventional methods. Not much. So besides some labor, the technologies to become organic vegan don't require a lot of investment. But in case the farmers need help, the government can provide. Because the government subsidizes for meat farmer anyway. So instead of subsidize for meat industry, we subsidize the organic farming industry. So the government can give them vegetable seeds and training on a better ways to farm without using chemical fertilizers, because sometimes the farmers are just not well informed about the harms of livestock raising or the chemicals or the fertilizer or insecticide. They're not informed about a better way to grow vegetable and make more profit. The government can help them implement the measures to conserve the land and improve the quality of their products so that their buyers will trust in them, etc. The government can also set up a certification and quality standardization system to further promote the organic vegan industry. Now, regarding your question on how we can help the small farmers, we can ask the government to support them in becoming organic vegan by letting them know that this is what the citizens want and this will save the world. We can encourage our supermarket, our schools, our company, etc., as well as to consider this healthier, more practical way of nourishing people. Ultimately, as consumers, we, the ordinary citizens, have a lot of power in our hands, and it's up to us to create the demand for the right foods and boycott the wrong ones, the harmful foods, the dangerous foods to us and to our children, the foods that are leading our planetary home to destruction. Instead, we should choose to buy organic vegetable and fruit products to save our lives and those of our families, save the animals and the planet. Even if organic vegan is not yet possible or available to you, the most important first step is to stop buying and eating meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and any animal products. For you and for your family's sake, for the natural resource sake, and to plant the seeds for a better agriculture system for everyone. In this way, not only can all the farmers prosper, we help them in this way, but everyone will prosper and enjoy a long and thriving life. Thank you, Ms. Chamtani, for your very considerate question.
Thank you, Master, very much for your answer.
Some of the benefits of a vegetarian diet: lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol levels, reduces type 2 diabetes, prevents stroke conditions, reverses atherosclerosis, reduces heart disease risk 50%, reduces heart surgery risk 80%, prevents many forms of cancer, stronger immune system, increases life expectancy up to 15 years, higher IQ, saves 70% of the total cost of $40 trillion for reducing global warming, uses 4.5 times less land to grow food, conserves up to 70% clean water, saves 80% of the cleared Amazonian rainforest from animal grazing. A solution for world hunger. Free up 3.4 billion hectares of land, free up 760 million tons of grain every year, half the world's grain supply, consumes 1/3 fossil fuels of those used for meat production, reduces pollution from untreated animal waste, maintains cleaner air, saves 4.5 tons of emissions per U.S. household per year, stop 80% of global warming. Plus more.
And now we have a question from Mr. Haji Hairudin, well known by his nickname Bang Idin. He is a farmer and founder of Sangga Buana Environmental Farmers Group.
Welcome, sir.
Terima kasih. Yang saya hormati, Mr. Ching, yang saya hormati dan saya cintai. Nama saya Bang Idin. Saya dari kelompok petani. Namanya kelompok tani lingkungan hidup Sangga Buana. Arti kata Sangga Buana, filsafatnya adalah Sangga Tiang Buana kehidupan alam semesta. Kerjaan saya sehari-hari adalah di sungai. Bagaimana saya membersihkan sungai, sampah menjadi bagian pupuk organik yang saya tanamin selama hampir 15 tahun yang lalu, tumbuh di kawasan hutan konservasi Kali Pesanggerahan. Itu pekerjaan saya. Dan saya dengan teman-teman 15 tahun yang lalu sudah bicara bahwa saya di sana itu dari 60.000 pohon, kawasan tanaman obat, tanaman langka, koridor burung, ditanaman dengan pupuk organik. Mr. Ching yang saya hormati, bahwa filosof dalam saya berjuang ini dalam kelompok tani, bahwa alam ini bukan warisan tetapi titipan anak cucu. Nah, cuman bagaimana? Saya bukan menjadi petani pegan, tapi sudah berjuang untuk bagian pegan. Dan saya memelihara ikan di sungai-sungai, di alam bebas, tetapi tidak dimakan, tetapi dijaga dengan kelompok-kelompok saya. Cuman bagaimana solusinya? Memberi pemahaman. Kelompok-kelompok saya adalah orang-orang yang tidak berpendidikan seperti saya. Orang-orang yang wawasannya pendek, tetapi paham. Karena kalau kata orang tua saya, orang pintar belum tentu paham, orang paham sedikit pintar. Bagaimana cara solusinya? Cara yang terbaik bagaimana petani saya menjadi nanti bagian orang penduduk yang punya ekonomi tinggi, dan filosofnya adalah dia tetap sayang kepada alamnya. Terima kasih.
Xiang. Hello, Mr. Banidin. Thanks for your presence today. And thanks for being organic farmers. It's great to know that someone is doing it. Mr. Bang Idin, as you are fondly called, bravo for your hard work in restoring the balance of your country's natural resources. And also for your time with young people, helping them to be good stewards of the earth. I appreciate your diligent effort. God bless you. Allah bless you. I too have been saddened at times to see how the environment is treated, especially our animal co-inhabitants. It is better if we remember that land is not like a possession or something that we just do anything we please with. The land is part of the great being we call Mother Earth, which in a higher sense belongs to God. In fact, many religious beliefs describe the role of the human as a steward or caretakers of the planet. For example, in the Native American tradition, there is a saying, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children." Just like you have said that. The Christian Bible also mentions that the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to till and keep it. To till and keep it, mean to farm and keep it. Yes, like what you're doing. When God put the man in Eden to till and keep the Garden of Eden, I don't think God has told him to put chemical fertilizers into the land that God has made. Because God has made it perfect already. It's we who has been destroying the natural resources and underestimate the blessing of Allah, who has made everything perfect already for our use. We have no need for any artificial chemical to feed our crops. I don't hear any mention of chemical fertilizer in the Bible or in the Quran or in any other religious scriptures, regardless of what religions we belong. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has taught us like this. He said, "The world is green and beautiful, and Allah has appointed you his guardian over it." So we should tend to the environment carefully, the way our Prophet has taught us. As I know you have been doing, the way you have been doing, sir, is great. It's according to Allah's will. Because of the critical state of the planet, if we don't act quickly, there may be nothing left at all for us to even want to protect. At that time, it might be too late. We cannot continue the trend like this forever and stop whenever we want to save the planet. I'm sorry to say we have a limited time. According to all the scientific evidence and all the physical evidence up to date, we don't have much time. Even later on, if we want to save the planet, it won't be successful. So we must do it now, while we still have a chance. The threats imposed by global warming are more than imminent. They are already here. As you can see through many disasters, upheavals, climate refugees phenomena around the world. Now, according to expert scientists, the atmospheric temperatures are rising so steeply that we do not have much time left to change. We do not have much time left to change. And that is just what they have predicted up to date. But they always predicted and telling us that every time they updated something, it's always getting worse and always faster than they have predicted or they have expected. So we cannot sit here and wait. Even not much time left to change, we could not even rely on that. There may be even less time than not much. The effects of climate change can be seen in so many ways, with increased flooding, droughts, fire, and even earthquakes everywhere in the world. One of the most tragic disasters of our time was the tsunami that struck your country in 2004, that brought so much sorrow for Indonesian people and the people of the world. We still feel very sad remembering this. It's like just yesterday. Because the people who are affected, they do not forget yet what have happened to their children, their loved ones, their houses, their ancestral heritage. Many things has gone away with the tsunami. It's not just material. It's not just the loss of life. It's the heartbreaks that affect people in the aftermath. It's the living who has to live with the tragedy, with the memories of the loved ones and everything that's gone with it. I'm so sorry. It should not have happened, because Indonesian people are God-fearing people, very good people, hospital, lovely people. I have been to your country many times and had the chance to experience the love of your countrymen. This should not have happened. It's just a collective bad karma of the whole world. And it has to happen somewhere. Somewhere that's more vulnerable than the rest. And most often it's the poor people who are in a vulnerable situation, who suffer the most. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you feel the same, and your people still feel the pain of this tsunami even after all this time. The inside wound of the heart doesn't heal too fast. Maybe we can build them houses, give them money, give them food, but we cannot truly heal the pain in the people's heart. Can we? No. Not really, right? We can only pray to Allah to give them strength to continue. Since then, more than 60 Indonesian islands have become submerged. 60 islands from your country island have become submerged, gone, disappeared, underwater. Since 2004, since the tsunami, 60 islands have already gone, disappeared forever. And your government is forecasting that 2,000 more islands may sink below the sea over the next decade or so. Due to global warming, it could be faster. Prediction doesn't always correspond to the nature phenomena or the things that happen due to retribution, due to our careless action. So, rising sea level is going to submerge, maybe faster than a decade. Another 2,000 of your beautiful, beautiful, irreplaceable jewel islands. Most recently, your country endured another earthquake. This is also another pain and heartache for people of Indonesia and the world. But this one, thankfully, not as devastating, but still with sorrowful loss of many lives. It was painful for me to hear of the human loss and the suffering. So I did what I can. Of course, like everybody else, I sent some humble contribution and sent some of our association members, blessed be their good heart, to try to offer comfort to those most in need. However humble the aid, it contains my shared sorrow and prayers for your people in time of need. I wish, of course, I could do much more, much more. So sorry. There have also been several quakes since, and scientists have discovered that earthquakes are linked to global warming because as the ice melts at the poles, North and South poles beneath Greenland, pressure shifts on the Earth's plate. That could trigger movement to cause earthquake. How do we stop these alarming changes, Mr. Charudin? We have to halt the meat consumption and the livestock raising, where animals live so briefly and then are brutally murdered en masse just for a few seconds of pleasure of the consumers. The greenhouse gases released from the animals, from their waste, agriculture runoff, and the activities related to these massive operations have been identified as the primary, the number one cause of global warming. Such facilities, which are known to be utterly inhumane, horribly filthy, and extremely overcrowded, have been built in Mexico, in the United States, and in Europe, with one or so, maybe more even in your country. On the island of Bulan, that contained 250,000 pigs. That's on the island of Bulan in your country. As the harmful emissions of these and other animal raising operations cause atmospheric temperatures to get hotter around the world, especially at the Arctic, the destructive effects are too many to count. They include disturbances to birds' migration patterns, homelessness of Arctic animals such as seals and penguins, and polar bears, because the ice is nearly gone, a ruined wildlife habitat. From Amazonian deforestation for cattle pasture and feed, the release of even more carbon dioxide and heat-trapping methane from thawing regions of permafrost, global sea level rise that is forcing people from their home. It's not just the earthquakes, it's not just a tsunami, it's not just a typhoon, it's not just the cyclone, it's the rising sea levels as well. Force people to lose their homes, their ancestral home, to go begging elsewhere. Losing also their dignity, the power to take care of their own family, losing their grace, losing their status of the caretaker of the family, losing everything, not just physical possession, losing their loved ones as well. And such extreme weather patterns that include extensive flooding along with prolonged droughts. It's easy to see the many forms of environmental harm that are linked to this killing industry, which we call meat consumerism. The mass murder of billions of innocent animals' lives. Even wild animals, such as the beautiful Indonesian monkeys and the highly endangered Sumatran orangutan, are known also to be hunted and sold for meat. Mr. Charudin, in the Quran, Allah forbid the killing. Allah tells us to be merciful to all creatures. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us to be merciful to all creatures. He told even his cousin not to eat meat. Please read the Quran again and tell me if I'm right. In our society, ladies and gentlemen, all the powerful people in the world, in our society, the law only punished someone who has done something wrong to the society. The animals, they have never done us any wrong. They live their life quietly. They're eating whatever God provides them. They don't harm us in any way. Even if some cases they do because we destroy their habitat, because they have nowhere to live. They have no more food in the nature for them to eat. So they have to come to us, trusting that we would share with them some food because we took away their habitat. In our society, if we took away something from someone, we pay back something. So the animals trusted that we would pay them back with some food. But in any case, we always kill them if they come too near. Now, I don't know if there's any law that say that human beings has the right to disturb the wild habitats of the animals. Is any law from God, from Allah, or from our physical law stating that we have the right to destroy the habitat of the wild and then kill them if they come near, or don't even come near, like the wild monkey of Indonesia and the orangutan and many other wild animals that some noble organization try desperately to help to preserve. But they don't have enough power sometimes, because the one who has power do not care. Please forgive me if I offend anyone. The truth is always the truth, say it or not say it. Mr. Charudin, I hope you and the audience can agree that the legacy to our children should include our promise, our vow, our law to refrain from killing animals or making them suffer in any way if we want to call ourselves a civilized human race. We must protect the animals' lives, which are linked to ours. We have to protect them because they are us. Because if we don't protect them, we are vulnerable. Because heaven will not forgive us if we treat other co-inhabitants unkindly. Also because now we are at a point where we must change while there is still time. Otherwise, we will face disastrous consequences and we might lose the whole world, our lives altogether. If we want to receive the mercy of heaven for our life here on earth, we must first be merciful in granting the same dignity and freedom of life to the animals. I hope you agree. Only then can we have a return of the environmental balance that I know you also seek to protect, Mr. Charudin. That's why you are doing what you do. If everyone does this, our world will be transformed. So, please everyone, plant veg, be veg. And we can go green later when we already saved the planet. Save our planet. Please, I wish you the best, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, Master.
Vegetarianism in religion.
The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings of some aspects of health and healing.
Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra. Also, after the birth of the baby, care must be exercised not to kill any animal in order to feed the mother with meaty delicacies, and not to assemble many relatives to drink liquor or to eat meat, because at the difficult time of birth, there are innumerable evil demons, monsters, and goblins who want to consume the smelly blood. By ignorantly and adversely resorting to the killing of animals for consumption, they bring down curses upon themselves, which are detrimental to both the mother and the baby. Ksitigarbha Sutra. Be careful during the days immediately after someone's death, not killing or destroying, or creating evil karma by worshipping or offering sacrifice to demons and deities, because such killing and slaughtering committed, or such worship performed, or such sacrifice offered, would not have even an iota of force to benefit the dead, but would entwine even more sinful karma into previous karma, making it even deeper and more serious. Thus, delay his rebirth to a good state. Karma means retribution. Ksitigarbha Sutra.
Gaudai. The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius. Essenes.
I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism. Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore, you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adalila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata anew.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been specially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutrakatanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh, and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts, and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds and nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field. Tract of the Quiet Way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure, the supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great, compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now.